Picture this. It is 2 in the morning. Your dog has a perfectly good, probably expensive bed somewhere else in the house. Yet, here they are, doing circles on your mattress before flopping against your leg, hogging exactly 80% of the real estate and leaving you clinging to the edge. You probably assume it is just about body heat, or maybe a habit, or perhaps they are just being stage 5 clingers. But behavioral neuroscience paints a totally different picture. That nightly ritual is not just annoying. It is arguably the most sophisticated display of interspecies trust, bonding, and evolutionary biology on Earth. And the vast majority of pet parents have absolutely no clue. Let us start by debunking the warmth theory, because it sounds logical. Dogs get chilly, you are a giant heat source. Case closed. But there is a flaw in that logic. Your pooch has access to sunbeams, heating vents, the sofa, and likely a pile of dirty laundry you have not washed yet. If they just wanted a heater, they have plenty of choices. So why do they keep picking you? Because sleeping is the most dangerous thing an animal can do. Every ancient survival instinct in your dog's brain, hardwired from millennia of dodging predators, is screaming at them to find a hidden bunker, especially when they go unconscious. Instead, they ignore every safe, dark corner of the house to cuddle up next to an apex predator 15 times their weight. That is not about the thermostat. Researchers at Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest took the famous strange situation test, the gold standard for studying human-infant attachment, and adapted it for canines. The results were wild. Dogs form emotional bonds with their owners that are functionally identical to the bond a baby forms with its mother. You see the same proximity-seeking behavior, the same panic when you leave, the same relief when you return, the same exhaustion after the reunion. 61% of the dogs were classified as securely attached. That is virtually the same rate found in human toddlers. When your dog snoozes next to you, they are enacting the core rule of attachment psychology. They are getting close to their protector at the moment they are most exposed. It is not needy behavior. It is their way of saying you are the single safest harbor in their entire universe. But this is where it gets really fascinating. We are not just talking about psychology anymore. We are talking about chemistry. In 2015, a team at Azabu University in Japan changed the game. They published a study in Science, one of the most prestigious academic journals on the planet. They tracked oxytocin levels in 30 dog owner pairs. Oxytocin is the love hormone your brain floods with when you bond with someone, the same molecule a mother feels when holding her newborn. What they discovered was extraordinary. When a dog locks eyes with its owner, both parties get a massive hit of oxytocin at the same time. The dog's levels spike. Your levels spike. That makes them stare more, which releases more chemicals, which makes you feel more love, so you stare back. It is a biological feedback loop, a self-reinforcing chemical cycle that does not exist between humans and any other animal. They tried this with hand-raised wolves, and guess what? The loop never activated. This is not a general mammal thing. It is specific to us. It co-evolved exclusively between humans and dogs over thousands of years, and physical touch kicks it into overdrive. Studies show that petting your pup for just 10 minutes significantly drops cortisol to your stress hormone for both of you. Now, imagine the biological impact of 8 solid hours of contact. Here is a question people rarely ask. When did the sleepover party start? The answer is, basically since day one. Dogs were the only animal domesticated before we invented farming, cities, or even writing. About 15,000 years ago, wolves started hanging around our campfires for scraps and warmth. The chill ones, the ones who did not run away, survived and bred. A few generations later, they were not wolves anymore. In Germany, archaeologists found a 14,000-year-old grave containing 2 humans and 2 dogs. But here is the kicker. One dog had survived distemper, a brutal disease that usually kills quickly. It had been nursed for weeks. Someone 14 millennia ago loved that animal enough to hand-feed it back to health. They were not just tools, they were family. Geneticists have even found that dogs carry specific mutations on chromosome 6 linked to extreme friendliness. Wolves do not have this. Your dog was literally bioengineered by history to want to be near you, to sleep near you, and to bond with you. Your dog is not being weird when they climb into the sheets. They are following 15,000 years of genetic programming. Now, I have to mention a study that sounds impossible. The Mayo Clinic tracked the sleep of 40 adults and their dogs using clinical-grade sensors for a week. The data was clear. Dogs objectively ruin your sleep. They move, they kick, and they do that 3 a.m. stretch that snaps your ankle. Technically, your sleep score drops. However, nearly every participant claimed they slept better and felt more secure with the dog there. How is that possible? Another researcher surveyed nearly 1,000 women and found dogs were rated as less disruptive bed partners than human men. Even though the dogs woke them up, the women rarely remembered it. The physical disturbance was real, but the psychological sense of safety overrode it completely. It turns out that sleeping beside a trusted companion, a warm, breathing presence your nervous system recognizes as safe, might be more restorative than perfect silence. For most of human history, we slept in piles. The lonely, quiet bedroom is a modern invention. Your dog might not be ruining your sleep, they might be fixing your ancient need for connection. A 2024 study from Finland tracked heart rate variability in 30 dog owners. HRV is the best metric for seeing how relaxed your autonomic nervous system actually is. High numbers mean you are chill and regulated. Low numbers mean you are stressed. And the findings were definitive. Across every single test scenario, the heart rate variability of pups and their humans matched up perfectly. It is like their internal rhythms were dancing together. When the person relaxed, the hound settled down right alongside them. If the human got anxious, the dog's body reacted instantly, creating a powerful biological link that was most intense while they were resting. Crucially, when they tried this with strangers, that magical connection was completely non-existent. That kind of sync is exclusive to deep bonds. Basically, snoozing next to your furry friend is not just cozy. It is a shared neurological event where two different species actually regulate each other's biology throughout the night. Before we wrap up, I have to share one final detail, and it is arguably the most vital piece of information in this entire presentation. If your buddy has spent years curled up by your side and suddenly moves away, do not ignore it. Canines run on routine, so when a long-standing habit vanishes in a snap, there is always a specific cause. Sometimes it is external, a new roommate, a different work shift, or another animal in the home. Dogs notice the tiniest shifts in their territory, so what looks like a minor detail to us can feel earth-shattering to them. However, the cause is often medical. Experts have discovered that picking a new sleeping spot is frequently the very first indicator of pain, showing up way before you see any limping or stiffness. A dog that stops hopping onto the mattress likely has not just suddenly developed a preference for the carpet. They might be in physical discomfort. Also, for senior dogs, messed up sleep cycles are a classic sign of cognitive dysfunction. Basically, doggy dementia, which impacts roughly 35% of pooches over 8 years old. Therefore, if the bedtime ritual shifts, take note. Since they cannot speak to us in words, acting out through behavior is the only way they can signal that something is wrong. So, next time you are jolted awake at 3 in the morning, clinging to 6 inches of bed space, while 80 pounds of fur crushes your legs, try to keep the bigger picture in mind. That animal chose you, not the sofa, not the rug, and not the heat vent. They picked you because 15,000 years of history, a unique chemical connection, and a bond similar to a mother and baby all point to one truth. Being next to you is the most secure spot in their entire universe. And frankly, the data implies that you are getting just as much benefit from it as they are. If this gave you a new perspective on your four-legged friend, hit that subscribe button and tell me in the comments, where is your dog crashing tonight? Also, if you want to know why they stare at you with those deep eyes, let me know below. We will explore how they read your soul in the next video, and the science behind it is even wilder than you would imagine.